everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another plan with me inside my kids' memory planner for my 52 weeks of Halloween. Oh boy. And we're going to be using a kit from Planner Pixie Co. I have some amazing foil here. Sorry, I've got text messages coming in left and right. I've got some amazing foil here. To be honest with you, I keep looking at this kit. I bought this kit because I was like, oh yeah, this is spooky, scary. It's got to go in my Halloween thing. And I keep looking at it. And I keep looking at it. And I recognize these things. But at the same time, I also cannot pinpoint what this is for. Like where I've seen this, nothing. And so I have no idea. I have no idea. Because so much of it looks so dang familiar. I'm like, I know this stuff, but where do I know it from? And that's, yeah. So, but we've got such great foil. So we're going to be planning for November 13th through the 19th because we're so good and so far ahead. Okay, why is my camera? Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to adjust just a little bit. There we go. We needed to straighten out because I was straightened here, but on camera, you were looking like this. Okay, we just needed to adjust the camera. So I did that very flawlessly, I'm going to say. All right. So this last week, looked like this. It was a foiled goodness kit from Pink Diamond Planner Co. And it had so many wonderful full boxes. So many wonderful full boxes. So many wonderful full boxes that obviously like I went down to just like the basic stuff. This is not everything that they did this week. We actually had a lot of stuff going on this week, but I couldn't put it in because, well, I didn't really have any place to put it. So yeah, that's kind of how that one's gonna work. Oops. But that's okay. I love it. It's still so awesome. We've got some wonderful Mortys. We've got some Boos, like Boo up here being wrapped up like a mummy. Love it. Love it. So, yeah. So, this upcoming week is going to be River and Ink, which I'm so excited about. Because it is it's the last one that we're using of River and Ink this year, but I love the use of the deco. It makes me really, really happy. So, and then obviously the week of Thanksgiving is going to be the November horror box. So, which as I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I put down a lot of stickers. I really hope we're very, like, the kids are very, whatchamacallit, like interactive, are really have a lot of stuff going on, so to speak. So, all right. So November 13th through the 19th, we're going to figure this out. All right, let's get going. I don't know how we're going to figure this out, but we're going to figure this out because I have, okay, so I've got this double box. I know I'm not going to use these guys, but these are full boxes right here, which I find really cool. I've got the double box. I do know, yeah, this is so cool, so cool. Okay, I do know that, yeah, 13th, 14th. Okay, so we will be back from kind of vacation mode. So that's what we're kind of doing. I wonder if I should, and I don't know. Okay, let's see. I don't know how we're gonna really do this. I gotta kind of gauge my space here, because I don't quite know if this is what I want to do. In terms of like, I don't know, I really want to use some of those full boxes. I know this guy's gonna go over in the sidebar. I'm just trying to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. That is 8. Ooh, does this one have a tall box? Does she do foil for the tall box? She does not. Okay. Okay. We're gonna figure this out. Okay. Oh, we've got the date dots. Oh yeah, let's most definitely do the foil date dots. Okay. All right, so on Monday, I talked about how this last week I had asked, you know, people to post their questions. I would talk about them during my videos and anything. And I left it whatever question you had. And I only got 2 responses. So I split up those 2 responses. The first question was about notebooks, and I answered that in Monday's video. And the second question was, how do I manage homeschooling with littles? Because this person's oldest starts kindergarten this fall, and she has littles, so she wants to know how did I manage? How did I manage? And for a lot of it, and I kept it for this video because this is my kids' memory keeping planner. Ooh, I love the orange. Okay, I'm not a fan of the bows. I get that they're like drippy bows and stuff, but I'm not a fan of them for this spread. So we are going to just stick to this, and maybe that will help us out here. Okay, we're gonna go with it. Okay, so back to reality. When I first started homeschooling my kids, my oldest was 5. That would have made my next child 3, and my youngest 1, and me about to get pregnant. That's kind of how it was. And let's see, gotta make sure that I line this up just right. There we go. Beware. Love it. Okay. So I had, for the longest time, I had just littles. Lots and lots of littles. And here's the thing about young children. They learn really, really well through play. So, and maybe what I'm about to say might make people mad or ruffle some feathers. And if that's the case, then that's the case. But that is not my intention either. However, young children are not meant to sit in a desk for multiple hours on end. They're just not. And I say this because, and I'll back this up, I do have a master's degree in psychology. My undergrad work is in early childhood development, and my graduate work is in children, young adolescents and adolescents on the autism spectrum. Okay, so a lot of my college work was spent researching best practices, especially best practices for kids with autism or autistic children, however you want to say it. It is all dependent on the person. And best practices for how they learn, any types of therapies, and those are always controversial no matter what, and stuff. But overall, all of when I was going through, and still to this day, and I can go from experience as a parent, I can go from my research and the mass amount of research that's out there, that young children are not meant to sit in a desk and inside a building for multiple hours at a time. Kids learn through touch. They learn through play. They learn through interactions. They learn through watching their role models and stuff. So that is why, like, kids will mimic you. If you've ever watched little kids, even up into kindergarten, stuff like that, they'll mimic exactly what you do. If you're on your phone all the time, they'll want to be on the phone all the time. If you eat a certain way, they're going to be eaten a certain way. So, I don't think we're going to use those. Okay, we are going to put you down here. I like you down here. There we go. So, yeah, little kids are not meant to be sitting in desks. They will mimic and they will follow what you basically tell them to do. But mind you that their sympathetic nervous systems will override. This is one of the reasons why sometimes bad behaviors exhibit, because that is the way that they can tell you that, hey, I'm not okay. So when it came time for my littles to go to school, obviously they do have to learn how to sit. I'm not saying that no child should ever learn how to sit. They do need to learn how to sit. However, that is something that can be worked on over time. Oh, this is a foldable? Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So my very first, are these the same or is one patterned? Okay, one is patterned. All right, let's go with the patterned one. Sorry. So we did a lot of play. Children should learn how to sit, but it's not something you should expect a 5 or 6 year old to be perfect at. I mean, even as adults, some of us cannot sit down for hours on end either. So I do think it's very individually specific and stuff. And as kids grow and you watch them and stuff, you'll start to learn what is and isn't their specifics. So, okay, where's my things? Okay, so let's do this here. So when it came to my kid and having littles, we did a lot of play. And it's so interesting to see how much somebody can learn when they're playing. So we played lots of games, but these games also had learning things. These were not just mindless games. These were games of like, okay, how many hops, can you do when you spell your name? That's how they would learn how to spell their name. 1, they were learning. 2, they were wearing their energy out. I have 3 boys. If you are a mother of any amount of boys, if you are a mother of any amount of kids, you just know how much energy they have. So when it came time to have the littles there, if they weren't taking a nap, we incorporated them in. So they would play the games with us, and they did the best that they could. A 3-year-old may not know exactly how to spell his name, but he sure could hop, and it made him feel included. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I have not used the Planner Pixie Co kit in a very, very, very long time. So I am just a little on the, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what I'm doing. So, okay, let's get some of the bougie boxes down. So yeah, so I'm a very, very firm believer in play with young kids, especially when you have other littles involved, and stuff, because it will make school fun. It'll make school fun, and 2, it will make those littles feel like they're involved in something. So that is how I managed. And not every day was a school day. When you go on to a homeschooling journey, because I know not everybody here homeschools, and I've homeschooled in 1, 2, 3, now 4 different states. When you start your homeschooling journey, there are laws that are on the books, and you look at that. And most of the time, I want to say definitely here in this state and definitely in Texas, the I want to say that the compulsory age, which means the mandatory age that a child has to go to school, started at 6. So that actually lends itself to a lot of time for basically kindergarten to just be fun. And even those things, like when they say you have to teach, language arts, science, things like that, all of that can be play too. There's so many. Oh my goodness. I am flabbergasted at how many actual options there are now. And the age of the internet, oh my gosh, and just how easy it is to access for everybody lends itself. And there's so many groups and so many creative people out there that if one thing isn't working, that is okay. Try something different. And that's, I think, the biggest beauty of it all is that, like, you're just not stuck doing something. Like, for instance, when I was growing up, we had so many kids in classes that it was near impossible to get individualized help. So I remember in junior high, going through these math classes, and I was not very good at math, okay? I was not very good at math. And I remember going through these classes and just the best work I could do was C work. I didn't understand the concepts. My friends did, but my friends didn't want to help me. They wanted to go hang out with their other friends or go play. They didn't want to help me with homework. So there's, I would have to stay after school, and maybe the teacher could get to me, or maybe she couldn't. She had so many students she had to focus on. And because I was doing well enough, that was good enough for the school. And so I actually did not start to understand math. I made my way through some heavy duty. I got all the way up to right before you could take pre-calculus. I don't even remember what the class was called. But I didn't start understanding math until I was in college. And that was only because I had a teacher who said, we are going to go at the slowest pace of the person in this class. If somebody doesn't understand it, we're not moving on. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant, because when I started to struggle, he would stop and he would explain it. And I actually understood math, and it made me enjoy math again to some level. I mean, I have my moments. So same concept. Like, there have been many a times that I've bought curriculum for my kids to get started on it and to go, this isn't quite working. Nobody's grasping the concept. And no amount of trying to force something is worth any tears. And I would rather my kids have a love of learning forever. And I say this because if you look at the statistics for like people who pick up books after high school, like the stats are really low. Really, really low. I don't have my phone here. I really should post it. If I can find it, I might even put it up in a card over here just to be like, hey, this is what we got. Oh, I did the wrong glitter header on that. That's okay. But yeah, what was I saying? Like the stats are really low. Like once they graduate, they never pick up a book again. And then those with associate's degrees, like it gets a little bit higher. But the overall arching theme is that once somebody has graduated with their diploma or their degree, they no longer pick up books. And it makes me wonder on some level how many are still wanting to be lifelong learners. Are any of those lifelong learners? Because reading is a part of learning. You know, and I love to read. Man, I could not imagine my life without books. I have gone through times where I have not read as much, but man, when I get back into those, I devour it. So, but overall, what I'm getting at is that when it comes down to your littles, give yourself some grace. Don't expect perfection. I know that one is always probably the hardest one as moms, because there's so much information coming at us that your kid should be doing this, your kid should be doing that, as a mom that has an autistic child, I can tell you, the minute I let that all go, the more freedom and the more beauty I found in their progress. So mom guilt is a very, very, very big thing. And I'm right there with you. So, but yeah, instill a love of learning, not a dread of learning, and not a constant anxiety-ridden battle of you have to learn this because you got to do well on a test. Tests are overrated. I can tell you that much. Tests are very overrated. And the amount of stress that we put on young kids for testing is, in my opinion, not healthy. But, you know, I mean, how many of you have anxiety from test taking? Okay. I have to work on full boxes here. I've got some full boxes I need to get down. I got 4 full boxes. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. I might just have enough. I might have just kind of, I think I might put 2 on Friday. No, I can't put 2 on Friday. Only one's going to work. Okay, we're going to figure this out. We are going to figure this one out. I was so busy on putting down bougie boxes that I didn't quite pay attention to what I was doing. Oops. Oopsie. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, so we have co-op on this day. They should start, seminary should be the last day because then they go on Thanksgiving break. I'm trying to think, can I get away? Okay, then I can put that. Let's put this down over here because I still have room for boxes. We're good. We're good. But yeah, in the famous words of Anna from Frozen, just let it go. Let it go. Don't, you know, depending on obviously state laws and whatnot. I've always lived in states that don't require testing of kids because I'm not a fan of constant testing. I don't think that that's a measure of how smart somebody is. I think there's different levels of how you can, I might move this glitter header. I think there's different levels of how you can gauge somebody's intelligence, and filling in bubbles is not one of them. This is gonna work better. I'm a really great test taker. I don't retain the information on a test. So that is something that I have learned. And I learned that really quickly when it came down to, when I joined the military and had to take tests for advancement. Didn't study for a single one. So, now the thing in the military is that you can pass them, but not advance. But I passed every single one. It just, advancing is something different because it relies on quotas. So ability, billets open, things like that, and they weren't always there. But I'm gonna say I passed just fine. So, but yeah, that's kind of just my 2 cents on the homeschooling with littles. Just don't expect them to sit in a desk all day. Do a lot of play. Incorporate, if you have other younger ones, incorporate them into a lot of it as much as you can. If you're doing art class, let that other little one join in on art. Make messes. Have them help clean up the messes. Don't stress too much about if they, nope, I don't like that one there. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see. We're going to put you down here. I'm going to put you on this one. That works better. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what else. Don't stress about it too much. Incorporate all the littles. Take it one day at a time. Give yourself grace. Make sure you know what your state laws are. Seek out groups that are towards those ages and think outside the box. Not everything has to be done in a book and filling in bubbles and paper and stuff like that. It can be a lot of other things, like going to the science museum. Oh, I can tell you, we went to so many science museums. Insane how many science museums we went to, because there's so many activities for them to do there. Oh my gosh, so many. Okay, let's go ahead and put these boxes down and stuff. I'm gonna do so. But overall, at the end of the day, if you are engaged, whether you are homeschooling or not, if you are engaged in your kids' education, you've already done an amazing job. That's, at the end of the day, that's just all you can ask for. I know there's some really great teachers out there that make sure that their kids are not sitting in a desk all day. All we hear about is like the bad stuff. So I'm not saying that all schools are like that, where they're just like, sit in the seat, you can't get up. But I also do know that there are some teachers that are like, you can't get up. It's not your turn. You have to stay here. And I think we could all agree on that on some level, our education system is definitely not individually tailored. And I get that that's very hard to do when you have so many different types of individuals. I get that. But I think we can all agree that there is some level of change that definitely needs to happen. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what boxes I want to use, because I clearly have way too many and don't know what I want to do. Okay, so I think we're just going to kind of lay down. I still have the glitter header stuff to go over, but I want to make sure that I get down as many boxes as possible. Okay, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do there yet. Okay, let's do here. And okay, this is really hard for me. I am like on the struggle bus because I have not used the Planner Pixie Co-Kit in a very, very long time. And we all know my struggles with foil. Okay. So, but on the topic of homeschooling, just, you know, I mean, I have older kids now. My youngest is 10. So I definitely have like a lot more, like independent work that my children do. And with that, comes a different kind of like worry and stress level, because it is so much independent. We are trying to like break that like need for mom to always be there. We've got to figure out, you know, the things on our own. We've got to use the resources at our hand. And once you've done that, then you can ask for like, hey, you know, I need some help on this, type thing. So with that, I have noticed that my second oldest is very, very bored with his science. He begged for the science, by the way. It was not going to be a science I was going to give him, but he really wanted to do astronomy for science. And so we are now like on the struggle bus because it's not engaging enough for him. He's bored of it and stuff. So here we are about to go on our holiday break. So we school pretty much year round, and stuff. And, okay, I wonder, sorry, I'm wondering if, because I want to, can I do this? Yeah, I'm going to do this. Okay, where's my scissors? Where did my scissors go? Oh, why do I move things? I move things and then I don't remember where I placed them. It's such a bad thing to do. And they were just here. Ugh. Okay. So we're going to do a couple things. Because I want... Luckily, so I bought Planner Pixie Co.'s printables since I have my own sticker paper and capability to print and cut. So I, there we go. That's what we'll do. We'll just do that. We'll put the glitter header back and then this box back. And then that way, actually I can move this up now. Okay. Wow, that's really crooked. So I have this removable paper. This is our removable unicorn paper. I know, kind of an oxymoron, right? No, it is removable. Look at that. That just peels up so nice. And you saw that these have been, like, those glitter headers have been down for a minute. Okay, so we're about to go on holiday break. We school pretty much year round because we'll take the, like right around Black Friday and Christmas off. Just because there's so much going on with the business, it's really hard to try and do school on top of that. Although, I don't know, we might be able to do it this year. We did it partially last year, which was really, really nice, to be honest with you, and stuff. But anyways, what I'm saying is we have to change things up at the beginning of the year. So we ended up going to this one store that I've never been to. And I was floored by what they had. And we have a really huge homeschooling community here. And I mean, I've seen so many, okay, does everybody have boxes? Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and do our glitter headers. Not our foil, our glitter headers. I mean, they're already, okay, you know what I mean. So anyways, and I've always had to like buy our curriculums online. I've never had stores close by that had things that I was interested in and stuff like that. Well, I walked into the store and they had 2 solid full aisles, and probably more, I just probably wasn't paying attention, of homeschool curriculum stuff, things that I've used in the past, things that we're currently using right now, things that I've been on the hunt for and have never, you know, seen on some of the sites that I've done. I've seen them on like other sites, but they're usually like outrageously priced and stuff. So I was like, well, somebody's gonna go shopping. I'm so excited. But with that, I feel really, really blessed that I have the opportunity to go, okay, it's not working, let's change it up. And that is what we are going to do. So his science, we're actually changing up a few things. We are going to change up language arts for both of the older boys and science for both of the older boys. The 2 younger ones are pretty set in what they have. I did a really great job this year. I'm going to brag about myself and pat myself on the back because, boy, it's been a little bit of a difficult trying to get stuff for them that keeps them engaged. And I think that's the hardest part, is making sure that they stay engaged and interested. And I think we finally found something. So in fact, I don't know if you've seen like the reels and stuff on like Facebook about like how often men think about the Roman Empire. So my youngest son is learning about the Roman Empire right now, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's staying so engaged. So it makes me chuckle. But we are going to be changing things up. So I'm really actually excited about that and stuff. So, okay, here we go. Did I do a horrible job? I sure hope not. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. How did I totally miss an entire section of putting boxes down? Oh my gosh. Because I'm so engaged on talking about homeschooling, because I could talk about this for hours. I could give you my opinions, I could give you my thoughts, I could give you my experience, you know, and let's just face it, my opinion is just that, just my opinion. It's not gospel. It's what I've experienced, what I've, you know, come to, you know, my realization for. But somebody else could be like, well, I've never experienced that, and so my opinion is different. And I would totally be accepting and on board of that, because at the end of the day, we're just all trying to do the best for our kids. So I fixed it. I fixed those boxes. Oh, are you serious? Why? Okay, let's see. Okay. So we do family time. She has these. I'm going to use these. Okay, we do family time on Monday nights, and we do movie nights on, well, we do movie nights pretty much any time of the week. Since I don't have a lot of boxes on Friday, I mean, we do movie night actually a couple nights a week. I'm going to leave that there on Sunday. Let's see, what do we have here? Hangry, work, weekend, date night, self-care. Okay, that's all I'm going to put down, because the other ones I don't really care or do anything with, but this is what I've got. Did I do a horrible job? I don't think I did. I mean, that could have been better. I could have picked one that was better, but it is what it is. I've got mixed feelings on this. I don't know how I feel about it. What do you think? Give me your thoughts down below. And I didn't even foil that box. See, I'm still like not 100%. Man, and I was just looking over everything. I'm sure you guys were like screaming at me for it too. Okay, I think we're golden now. All right. If you enjoyed this plan with me, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye now.